ang unang kailangan.
Hello mga kasambuhay, mga kasama sa buhay. Welcome na naman po sa ating F&B Live. Siyempre po, ang ating paksa po ngayon, it's a match! Mga job hunting hacks. At ito po ay dahil na rin sa marami pong patapos na, no? Magtatapos sa kolehiyo at kailangang mabigyan ng tulong sa paghahanap ng trabaho. Pandemic pa naman. Alam naman natin, marami pong nagtanggalan, 'di ba, ng mga kumpanya, pero meron pa rin namang mga vacancies. In fact, in our previous episode, 'di ba, may kinatawan tayo mula sa DOLE, sa Department of Labor and Employment, at marami siyang binigay na mga tips, marami siyang binigay na vacancies at mga paraan kung saan mahahanap ito pong mga trabahong ito. Kaya, panoorin po ninyo, happy lunch. Habang nagla-lunch kayo, panoorin po ninyo ang ating episode para kayo po ay mabigyan ng mga tips. Ano ba ang tamang paghanda? Yun yung first step, no? Paghanda ng resume. Ano bang dapat gawin, isuot pag kayo ay i-interview? Kailangan bang on time o baka mas dapat na ahead of time, 'di ba? Ahead of your appointment ang iyong dating. So yan po ay ilan lamang sa atin pong pag-uusapan ngayon, kaya tutok lang. Ayan, nagbabalik po tayo sa F&B Live. Ito po ang ating programang Pampamilya at syempre pang hawak ng pera. Paano tayo humahawak ng pera? Dito po sa Pamilya Talk. Pero bagong lahat, pakita muna natin yung atin pong columns for the week sa Philippine Star at sa Filipino Star ngayon. So ito po ang ating feature, yung atin pong episode on pag-move on sa halalan. Anyari, Pilipinas ay part 1. So 2 parts po yun. The first one is really more on discussing the issues, but the part 2 is on ensuring that we are still mentally healthy. Kahit na marami pong na-frustrate, marami ang mga na-disappoint, syempre sa lahat po ng, palagay ko mas marami yung disappointed and frustrated kaysa yung masaya. Kasi for every vacancy, hindi lamang po yan on the national level, ha? Even on the local level, for every position, one position, isa lang mananalo, pero maraming talo. Daming naglalaban-laban per position. So, bawat position, maraming mga supporters. Kaya marami po ang disappointed, marami ang frustrated. At based on our interview, di ba, sabi nga nung ating psychiatrist, ang dami nilang mga pasyente ngayon. Lalo na yung mga millennial, yung mga talagang binuhos yung dugo, pawis, at passion sa pangangampanya. Kaya lang hindi nga nagtagumpay. So, we have a 2-part series. So, lumabas na po yung first part. Pakita natin ulit, Ralph, sa Philippine Star. So, that's the English version. And the Tagalog version naman po ay sa Filipino Star ngayon. So, ang atin pong in-interview or yung feature po natin ay sila Prof. Aris Arugay. At yung atin pong, yung part 2 ay kasama po yung ating psychiatrist, si Prof. Jing, siya rin po, Encinas. They're both from UP, so sila po yung mga in-interview natin. So, abangan po ninyo yan. I-google nyo lamang po Philippine Star, Jing, Castaneda, at lalabas po itong ating mga columns. So, pero for today, ang atin pong bisita ay ang expert pagdating sa pagdating sa pagmamatch, no? Yun ang trabaho niya. Pero hindi pagmamatch ng mga love lives natin, ha? Hindi matching ng lalaki at babae, hindi matching ng mga naghahanap ng boyfriend o girlfriend. Ito ay paghahanap ng kamatch na trabaho. So tawagin po natin si Carla Lastimosa, ang Director ng Manufacturing and Supply Chain, HR and Legal ng Michael Page. Hi, Carla!
Hello, hi, Jing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Carla. Carla, mabilis lang. Quick backgrounder on you and on Michael Page.
Right. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm so delighted to be part of this show. So, Michael Page, we are a British-based multinational company. We are a public listed company, and we have been operating for 4 to 6 years now. For myself, I'm a director for our business. I've been in the recruitment industry coming to 20 years, and I've I'm purely focusing on HR, legal, manufacturing, and supply chain market.
Okay, so you're the first Pinay director ng inyong company.
Yes. That is right. I am very, very proud of that. But of course, before I reach my level, there's a lot of hard work talaga that came into play. So I am the first Filipino to be a director in a British-based multinational company. And I've been working at Michael Page for 10 years now. So this year will be my 10-year anniversary.
Wow, congratulations! Palakpakan naman natin. Siyempre, we're so proud of you. Thank you for for bringing the Filipino culture, 'di ba? In the Michael Page. So Michael Page, linawin lang natin, Michael Page.
Sure.
So it's a page on Facebook. Hindi siya ipaliwanag mo lang, Carla, na
Yes, sure.
ano siya, no? Headhunting company, recruitment company, ano ba yung nire-recruit nyo, etc.
Right. So Michael Page is actually a person. Yeah, he is an accountant. So he started his business in London, and what we do, we are a recruitment firm. So we will be, working with esteemed clients, so mga multinational company ang mga yan, or local conglomerates, let's say in the Philippines. So let's say they're looking for a chief operating officer right now, or a chief executive officer. So what we do is we speak to the clients, we try to understand kung ano yung mga requirements nila. Tapos we're going to look for the best talents in the Philippines to actually place in this, vacancy.
So you're a headhunter.
Yes, I am a headhunter, but I would like to coin it more as a recruitment consultant.
Okay. Anong pagkakaiba ng linawin natin yung mga job vacancies, 'di ba? Ano yung sakop ng inyong kumpanya? Hindi
Right.
ito ba high level lang?
So, Michael Page, nag-start kami sa mid-management level sa Europe. And then, of course, because since we have been operating for 46 years already, we have 4 other brands within the group. Yeah. But right now in the Philippines, ang sakop namin, let's say for instance, would be your C-level positions and your mid-management level, mga managerial position. So we have that very high and to your medium level at the same time.
Okay, so yung entry levels, hindi nyo sakop yun?
Yung entry levels, we don't have the other brand that we have called Page Personal. We haven't launched that yet. So probably in the years to come, we will be covering that.
Okay. So
Probably in the next 2 years siguro.
Sige. So before anything else, so yung ating mga followers online, yung ating mga followers on Kumu, on Facebook, on YouTube, guys, send in your questions, send in your comments para matanong natin kay Carla. I'm sure marami po sa inyo ang nagtataka, 'di ba? Bakit tayo maraming sinasabing ang may vacancies, wag mag-alala, pero wala pa rin kayong trabaho, hirap pa rin kayo maghanap, 'di ba? So please send in your questions para matanong natin kay Carla. Okay, so ang first question ko, Carla, ang daming mga graduates ngayon, halos lahat online learning. So yung paano kayo kumukuha ng skilled talent sa Philippines? May criteria ba kayo? Kasi hindi ba mas mahirap mag-apply for a Filipino dahil ang dami mong kompetisyon mula sa iba't ibang bansa, iba't ibang lahi?
Right. So it depends where you're looking at, right? Kung naghahanap ka sa Pilipinas, right, you would have more or less, there's quite a number of vacancies right now that we see in the market, right? So the criteria is there. Each client would have a specific requirement, job skills na hinahanap nila. Definitely, you would have your hard skills, and we also look for the soft skills at the same time. And then to answer your question, yes, it has shifted yung online learning natin when it comes to the students and the people who are about to to the students who will be graduating this year. But at the same time as well, when you're a job seeker, you would have so many portals. You would have a lot of different probably job portals that you can look at right now. At the same time, marami kang makikitang iba-ibang kasing vacancy. It can be in sales and marketing, it can be in finance, or in technology, HR, supply chain, or manufacturing.
Okay. So strength ng mga Pilipino. Anong strength ng mga Pilipino? Anong weakness ng mga Pilipino?
Right. Strength is, I have the opportunity to meet so many Filipinos from different walks of life. Regardless, let's say I'm in Singapore or I'm in Malaysia right now, or in Thailand or in Vietnam, right? We have a common theme na we've always been known in terms of our, we're very authentic, that's one thing. We're very hardworking. We're very teamwork oriented. Masipag tayo. Maunawain, that's one thing. And there's so much more, right? And I think one thing that sometimes we underestimate is that we have such great talents in the Philippines. I believe that we have a good education system as well. So we have so many intelligent people in our country, right? And we are one of the biggest exporter of brain and talent globally. Yeah. So that's one thing that I'm always very proud of when I speak to my clients, be it in the US, in Europe, or let's say in Asia Pacific. Yeah. There's so many great skills, or there's so many great talents that we have as Filipinos. Weaknesses. Shall we cover that as well?
What are our weaknesses?
Yes. Yeah. So when it comes to weaknesses, I believe that we need to be a little bit more structured in our thought process when we present ourselves, right? We need to be able to also prepare well, allocate time, plan effectively, organize your thoughts, right? And do a little bit much more of research, because sometimes nakikita ko when a candidate goes for an interview, right? There's not a lot of preparation. There's not a lot of things that they do when it comes to, going for meetings or, yeah. So essentially, the strengths actually outweighs the weakness more, yeah, if I can say that. And it can be also quite subjective, Jing, if I can say that, yeah.
Okay. So ano yung iyong mga, before we go to the, to your hacks, no, to your tips, ano yung mga vacancies ngayon on the international level?
Right. There's quite massive opportunities right now. Marami talaga mga opportunities. So one thing that we normally see in our office, right, in terms of the clients that we speak to, there's a lot of need in terms of technology talent, sales and marketing. Personally, I look after HR. So at this point of time, even my own team, we're actually multitasking so many things right now. And even for myself, I work sometimes on a Saturday because, we have to interview candidates and you have to send your short list. So finance as well. So talagang marami talagang opportunities right now. Depende lang yan sa kandidato in terms of, there's some people who are very picky, right? They're very choosy. And they have a tall order of requirements in terms of what they want and what they need. So there's a lot of opportunities out there.
Okay. Lately, we've been having guests, or companies talking about sustainability goals, mga SDGs, mga renewable energy, etc. Trend ba yan abroad? Kasi even here in the Philippines, diba, maraming nagugulat ako, like Globe, Smart, all of those big companies. Meron na silang mga units, on sustainable SDGs, sustainability, etc.
Yes. So, Michael Page, we are actually one of the pioneers in the recruitment industry to have our own practice in ESG, right? In the Philippines itself, for Michael Page, I have a dedicated consultant together with my country manager who just looks after ESG. So, to answer your first question, of course, it started first in Europe and also in the US. But only late last year, marami tayong naririnig na a lot of, let's say, patunog, or let's say a lot of buzz when it comes to ESG. There's a lot of local conglomerates right now in the Philippines, the likes of, let's say, BDO, Jollibee, URC, right? They're actually focusing on ESG. And I think the Ayala Corporation as well. Yeah. So, to say the least, yes, it has started and it's here, and it's here to stay when it comes to ESG.
Okay, so sa pagbabalik po natin tanong po natin kay Carla, ano nga yung kanyang mga tips? Paano siya makakatulong sa mga kapamilya natin, sa mga kasambuhay natin na naghahanap ng trabaho? At syempre, yun nga, yung kanya pong tips pagdating sa pag-i-interview, sa paghahanda ng ating mga resume, at pati na rin yung mga madalas tinatanong sa interview. Ano ba ang magandang isagot? Sa pagbabalik po natin, dito pa rin sa F&B Live.
Ipadala ang inyong mga videos sa aking social media at Jing Castaneda on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter.
Nagbabalik po tayo dito pa rin po sa atin pong Pamilya Talk sa F&B Live, Family and Business Live. Bagong lahat guys, abangan ninyo mamaya i-announce po natin ang ating winners para po sa ating Mother's Month celebration, mga gift checks, gift certificates po mula sa Montesa Medical Group. So thank you to Dr. Ana Montesa and her team. So next week or week after next, abangan po ninyo, we have our feature naman on skincare, beauty care. And please guys, so tutok lamang po kayo sa aking social media accounts, sa Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course, sa TikTok. Thank you tayo kanila Agatha, kay Carla, at syempre, kay Cara, at syempre, kay Ahmad na nawawala ngayon. Ayan, tsaka kay Danks. Tsaka kay Danks para po sa ating TikTok. And subscribe din po sa YouTube channel. At syempre po, ang Kumu, Kumu, follow the ABS-CBN FYE channel and my channel as well, my Kumu account. And para po sa mga TFC subscribers natin sa ABS-CBN The Filipino channel, abangan po ninyo sa Sunday. Ito pong ating episode, mapapanood po ninyo sa television. So every Sunday at 10 in the morning. So abangan po ninyo yan. At kung may mga questions kayo, mamaya pwede nyong ibato kay Carla. Pero pasadahan lang natin, mabilisan lang, yung inyong mga comments bago natin ibalik si Carla. Ayan, yung mga comments at mga questions. Si Mira, may job hiring po ba ngayon ang Michael Page? O kanina binanggit ni Carla na yung HR kasi siya, So medyo marami raw silang trabaho sa HR. So baka may vacancy sila sa HR. Si Agatha, Miss Carla, what is the in-demand profession that Michael Page is catering to? Jim Castro, ang mga jobs po ba na ino-offer nila ay international? And do they offer work from home setups? Uy, maganda yung tanong niya. Si Mira, excited siya sa SDG. Pentay, hi Pentay! Si Pentay Rodriguez is watching. Si Pentay, naghahanap ka bang trabaho? Mayaman na to si Pentay, hindi niya kailangan ng trabaho. Ayan, next. Rachel Ralphie, be honest, be confident, but not too confident, na nagbumukhang mayabang. Dapat malinis ang resume. Naku, totoo yun. Mamaya tatanong ko kay Carla, pag tinanong ka kasi, what do you plan to do 5 years from now? How do you envision yourself? Diba? Pwede bang isagot na, I plan to replace you. Gusto ko ako na yung nakaupo dyan sa position mo. Diba? Pwede ba yun? Ma-offend ba yung nag-interview sa'yo pag yun na sinagot mo? Okay, next. Si Lani Ariban, pa-shoutout po sa pamangkin ko, gagraduate next month ng college. Woo! Si Maybelline Biarneza at sa aking anak, grade 10 completer. Uy, congratulations! Congrats sa dakilang ina. Ayan, yan si Lani. Next, si Mira gutom na. Happy lunch na daw. Michelle Porquillo, ayan. Good morning po. Francis Abayan, waiting po sa tips. Rachel Padilla, hello po Tita Jing. Paano po sa aming mga OFW na gustong mag-work sa Pilipinas? May website po ba? Uy, maganda yung tanong niya. Na pwede naming ma-check or ma-applyan. Si Nikki Hove, ayan, nanonood din sa atin. Noah Christopher, Benedict Vilches. Ay, ang ganda ng tanong ni Benedict. Yung mga may tattoo po, minsan nire-require nila na tanggalin. Pwede po ba yun? Oo nga. Alam mo, may friend akong ganito. Kasi na-reject siya kasi daw mahaba yung buhok niya, meron daw siyang tattoo. So, alamin natin, ha? Okay. So, marami pa pong mga comments. Padala nyo lamang po inyong mga tanong. Si Agatha Pablo, love this episode. Super helpful po. Si Jim Castro, i-search ang company kung saan nag-a-apply. They might ask you about the company. O kanina, binanggit din to ni, binanggit din ito ni Carla, no? Mag-research tungkol sa kumpanya bago i-interview. Si Ahmad, nagparamdam. Ayan. Okay, pag nagparamdam, good morning. Sobrang match na match talaga sa aming graduating students yung topic ngayon. Ayan, from Ahmad. Carla, before we go to your tips, so kayo kasi mid-managers, no? Until upper level. So, hindi kayo pwedeng puntahan ng mga bagong graduate. Tama ba?
It's quite subjective because we also have some clients then na naghahanap ng mga management training. So that would be more on sa engineering and manufacturing because we have two clients na who's coming from the top tier FMCG companies. So naghahanap sila ng mga management trainees, yeah. So that's more of, let's say, I wouldn't say volume, but at least 5 vacancies with those two clients of ours, yeah. So, Jing, there's like 15 questions na narinig ko kanina na tanong. Those are very interesting questions actually. And I'm more than happy to actually, answer most of them. Yeah.
Sige, balikan natin.
Do you have time?
Pwede ba raw mag-apply sa Michael Page? May vacancy ba sa Michael Page? Yung website, pakita na natin, Ralph. Go, Carla.
Yes, we have vacancies. That's one thing. So we started the operations way back in August 2020. That's when we first launched the business. Yeah. So can you imagine there's only like 5 of us before and now we're 50 people. Fast forward to 2 years.
Wow.
And we're actually we're actually growing more as we speak. And in the future, we want it to be a Filipino-led business. Yeah. So yun talagang vision ng Michael Page.
Okay, so pakita natin yung website nila. So yung nagtatanong kanina, Michael Page is a person, hindi po ito Facebook page. And yung kumpanya po ay, it's an international company. Ayan.
Yes.
At si Carla po yung first Filipina director ng kumpanya. Yun. So pinapakita po natin yun yung website no, ng Michael Page. And sabi nga ni Carla kanina, mag-research kayo. So if you intend to apply sa Michael Page or just to get to know the company, so check nyo lamang po itong kanilang website. Okay. Ano yung mga, let's go to your tips, Carla, no? Ano yung mga, hindi, maganda yung question kanina, balikan ko lang. Yung mga work from home arrangements, marami bang nag-o-offer nun sa mga, even internationally, no? Para hindi na umalis ng Pilipinas yung ating mga kababayan?
Right. So it's quite subjective. Let's say, for instance, in the Philippines, right? I think right now, most of our clients are opting for hybrid setup. The reason why they encourage most of the employees to go back to the offices because, for the past 2 years, they're working from home. Even if, let's say, they're doing a lot of engagement activities, right? Hindi mo pa rin malalaman yung kultura ng kumpanya. Yes, because you need to understand, the company, the culture, right? Yung DNA ng kumpanya. That's why they're encouraging people to come back. And sometimes when you're often left alone at home at times, right, you're not really fully utilizing your critical thinking because when you're in the office, right, you have the idea to bounce back some questions or, some inputs with your colleagues. But right now, what we've seen in the market is 3 days in the office, that was 2 days working from home.
Okay.
Yeah, and same thing goes in Malaysia, pareho lang. And in Singapore, I think it's still a hybrid setup in most of the countries in Southeast Asia.
Okay. Yung mga mahaba ang buhok, di ba? Yung mga, sabi nga nung nagtanong sa atin, mga may tattoo. Pwede ba yung
Right. I think some of the things, right, are so antiquated already. I mean, it's so old-fashioned yung mga ibang kind of mindset, right? When you go for an interview, so of course, you try as much as possible to look professional, right? Not unless you go for a tech type of, industry or e-commerce industry, whereby casual dressing is okay. But I don't think that employers should be, how do I say it, looking down on people who have tattoos. Or if you have long hair, just try to keep yourself professional, clean. Because at the end of the day, when you have long hair for a man, let's say for instance, it's the hygiene factor anyway.
But if that's something the company will require, di syempre, nasa yun na yun, no? Kung susunod
nasa sayo na yun, right? Yes, yeah. If you really want the job, if this is your dream job, right? As much as possible, you want to look, within the standards of the company. Di ba? Kasi yung job mo nga, gusto mo nga gawin, right?
Yeah.
And then I think the tattoos, as long as I think it's covered, it should be fine. It's not on the face like, some artists, right? Yeah.
Okay. So, ano yung mga dapat gawin? Ito na, magbigay ka na ng tips, Carla. Ano yung mga dapat gawin kung ikaw ay maghahanda para sa isang interview?
Right. So, for me, it's very simple, right? When you're going for an interview, I would always tell my candidates to research first, right? Confirm your interview schedule. Sorry, we have it in front of us anyway. Confirm your interview schedule. If it's really on a Monday, if it's a Tuesday, you have the actual date itself. Also, probably do a little bit of research on the location para hindi ka late sa interview mo. That's one thing. Or some of the candidates that I've seen, they even make an effort, probably they go a day earlier to the location para talagang alam nila kung nasaan sila magpa-park at saan sila pupunta. Yes, yeah. Because I can't be calling, let's say, my client, and I'm going to say, I'm so sorry, Ralph is late today because, he can't find parking. Yes. And as I've mentioned earlier, mag-research ka sa kumpanya and with the role that you're applying for. There are times some people are slightly pampered, wala talaga silang effort na ginagawa, right? Hindi man lang sila nagtingin ng website ng kumpanya or they didn't even bother reading yung job description. So once the hiring manager is in front of them, parang, they just blubber because hindi sila handa, hindi pulido yung pagagawa, yung pagpunta nila sa interview, right? Dress appropriately, the third one. And number fourth is, you should create a very professional online presence. Yeah.
How do you do that, Carla?
Go ahead, sorry.
How do you do that? What is your definition of an impressive online presence, online profile?
Yes. Siguro let's probably not start with the impressive muna, right? Appropriate muna. Kasi, there's quite a number of people, let's say on their Instagram or let's say Facebook, right? They put pictures, and most of my clients already would be doing their own homework. Kasi titinan nila kung tama ba yung taong nakikita nila in front of them.
Sa fit, oo.
As compared sa online, right? Because most of these clients are, either they're a public listed company, they're a multinational company, tapos gusto nila makita yung taong i-hire nila for that job. So I think it's very important na appropriate yung online presence mo. And, also the things that you say, right? I mean, if you are the type of person who likes to, what's the word that we use in the Philippines? Marites, or yung makisaw-saw sa story, right? Yes, yeah. You need to, so you basically need to choose your battles, well. And and yung online presence mo has to be professional and clean. Yeah, that's my advice essentially.
Okay. So make sure guys, yan, ang linaw-linaw nung bili ni Carla. We better make sure the image we have of ourselves online will be consistent with the image, di ba? Or with the person the company would like to hire. So wag tayo nakikipag-away online, di ba Carla?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes, it's not needed, right? And why do you always need to have a louder voice? Yeah. Okay. And then I think what's important as well is you need to know how to network and connect.
Okay, importante yun. Right. Networking and connecting. Paano yung mga bata pa? Siyempre, wala pang connections yung mga yan. And bukod doon, ano yung tips mo sa mga young workers? How will for them to be able to get their dream job?
Let's start first, let's say, for instance, to the fresh graduates, right? I'm sure you have done your internship. Or if you're doing your internship right now, I would encourage you to probably come out of your shell, talk to, let's say, the decision makers of the company that you're currently doing your internship with. Just say, I'll be graduating next month. I'm really keen to actually extend or potentially convert this internship to an employment. So you can start having that discussion with the HR as well, or to the boss of the specific department na nag-internship ka. If, let's say, for instance, you haven't done internship in your career, right, I would encourage you to actually visit different job portals. Yes, so LinkedIn, JobStreet, more or less makikita mo kung ano yung mga vacancies na nandyan, which would match probably yung mga hard skills, no? The skills that you have probably developed through the years that you were in your, when you were doing your university. Yeah. So, and don't be afraid when you're actually out with your aunties, with your uncles, right? I'm sure some of them are in the corporate sector, but just probably nudge them. I'll be graduating this year. Can you speak to the HR manager of the company? I'm really keen. This is actually my dream company. I'm keen to do that. But the most importantly, right, kung fresh graduate ka, think of the 5 companies that you would like to work for.
Okay. That's a very useful tip, huh? Okay.
Yes. Think of those 5 and have a goal, right? So let's say, for instance, the 5 companies that you would like to work for is P&G, Unilever, Nestle, J&J, or let's say Mondelez, right? Just apply and see, how you can actually, work on this goal or dream job that you intend to have.
So magandang tip po yun sa mga new graduates or kahit na hindi new graduates, no? Ano yung 5 kumpanya na gusto po ninyong pasukan, lista nyo na. And then we have more hanap trabaho tips. Ayan, i-flash natin ngayon. Carla, can you elaborate on that? Know who you are, identify your top skill.
Right. So let's say, for instance, you are either a fresh graduate or let's say you want to try something different this year, right? Or for the next year. You should know the skill that you're very strong at. Let's say for me, since young, I knew that I wanted to work with people. So I actually know that this is my strength, right? And I want to work towards that goal. I want to work with people. I want to change lives. That's one thing. And true enough, in Michael Page, yun ang tagline namin, we change people's lives, right? So when I found Michael Page as a company, right, I thought it was a perfect match because I know the skill that I want to enhance further. that I can use in my job, right? So that's why know your skills. And then the second one is update your CV with your latest responsibilities and achievements. I think that's very simplistic, right?
Tama ba ngayon, Carla, yung sinasabi nilang one-pager resume? Does that still apply?
Yeah, one-pager, two-pager, there's no actually a golden rule when it comes to that, right? But it's just that don't send like a 5-pager or a 10-pager, and you don't need cover letters anymore. I think that's also antiquated. Medyo, ano na yun, passé na yun, right?
Okay.
So right now, people don't have time to, let's say, read long essays of yourself. What we want to see is yung skill sets mo, what you've done in the past, saka yung mga achievements, yung mga contribution mo sa kumpanya.
Do you still
Importante
put
yun.
photos,
Kasi,
Carla? Parang hindi na rin yata uso yun?
No, hindi kami naglalagay ng photo, not unless, let's say, for instance, the client requires for it. But sometimes it's a little bit discriminating when you're actually asking for a photo of a candidate.
Correct. How about the birth date or the age? Kailangan pa rin lagay yun?
For me, it's not necessary, right? Because automatically I can see that, the year that they graduated from university.
Okay. Next, you touched on this a while ago, maintaining a professional image online. So may gusto ka ba idagdag dun sa mga binanggit mo kanina?
None. You just have to be consistent, right?
Okay. And then, networking, connecting, you also touched on this already. May updates ka ba? May tips ka pa? Additional?
Yes. So one thing is to say for myself, I basically work with business schools. So I work with AIM, Asian Institute of Management, and I also have done a webinar series with MIT, the famous MIT from the US, right? So I work with the MIT alumni of the Philippines. So that's how we also network around different business schools or different associations.
Okay. Next, align yourself with a reputable recruitment partner.
Yes. So just like us, right? If you are, a professional right now, or let's say you are, you have a good internship program, I would suggest that, you work with a highly reputable recruitment companies such as Michael Page. But of course, there are 212, we've made a research this morning that there's 212 licensed recruitment companies in the Philippines right now, which is registered with DOLE.
Okay. O ito, maganda yung mga feedback, no? Si Benjamin Sevilla. Wow, good to hear that age is not that important. Judy Mangila, one-page resume is accepted in US companies po. Next, nung nag-intern ako, pinag-xerox lang ako sa company. Sabi ni Raven de los Reyes. Saklap, sabi niya. Okay, next, sa interview, si Judy Mangila, sa interview ka na lang po nila i-question all about your previous work experience. Okay. Next, ayan, binigay ni Georgian Abby Garcia. Ito po, michaelpage.com.ph. Ayan, finlash din po natin yan kanina. May mga nagtatanong, si Shusi Serundo, tinatanong niya yung website. So, Shusi, we flashed it already, no? But nandito naman sa trail din natin sa mga comments. Next, Rafi Rafael, pa-shout out po. Ma'am Carla, may fan ka. Carla, Rafi Rafael, go.
So that's actually my team members. They're very supportive. They're very supportive of me. So I love them very dearly. Yeah.
Go, shout out.
Hi. Oh my God. Rafi and Abby. Yes. Hello to you guys.
Ang formal mag-shout out. Pang-artista, Carla. Pang-artistang shout out. Hello everyone. Yan, ganun.
All right. Can I do it now?
Yes, go.
Okay. Hello everyone. Rafi, Abby, thank you so much for dropping in a message and our website. That's really good.
Ayun.
You get extra brownie points with me later.
Thanks, Carla. Okay, may mga TFC subscribers tayo. Uy, meron pa dito from Sabah. Okay, meron pa tayo dito mga TFC subscribers. Do you have any message for them?
Yes.
Carla, go.
So I actually champion our Balikbayan to Life Tagumpay program at Michael Page. This is for the returning Filipinos. So the reason why I champion this is because I'm also returning myself. So I left Philippines when I was 20 years old. I moved to the States, and from the States, I moved to Malaysia. So since we opened the office in August 2020, nakapag-place na kami. We brought home 40 returning Filipinos, right? So that's from US, from London, from Saudi, from Malaysia, from Singapore, China, Japan, and other parts of the world, right? So even at the height of the pandemic, I managed to bring back from Malaysia a returning Filipino together with the wife that shows it at the kasambahay. I really worked with them, and I wanted to bring them back because there was an opportunity for them to go to the Philippines and work. So,
may training ba, Carla, specifically for OFWs? Kasi syempre, iba yung culture, I think, dun sa mga companies ninyo compared to the usual, diba, recruitment agency. So do you give trainings for them?
We don't do trainings. So let's say, for instance, they want to have an advice because pareho kami ng sitwasyon, right? I would really spend a lot of time in terms of helping them manage it. Saka, hindi lang yung physical management, yung emotional management, importante yun eh. Kasi,
Tama.
Kasi yung psychological, emotional preparation is important. Because I know it myself. I've been away for 23 years. And then I'm coming back to the Philippines by July. So yung integration back to the society, that's not easy. Yeah. So that's why when I talk to them, tinatanong ko talaga sila, ready ka na ba? Handa ka na ba? Because it's a totally different way of life, right? Even if you speak the language, it helps, but then to reintegrate to a society that you once know that has changed already, ibang-iba yun. Yeah.
Okay. Sige. So yung lahat po nung mga may karagdagang tanong, we'll ask Carla for her contact information. Also, there's Michael Page na pwede niyong puntahan. They also have a Michael Page Bayanihan program. You want to talk about that, Carla?
Yes. So our Bayanihan to Life Tagumpay is our program for returning Filipinos. If you have any queries, if there's anything that you need in terms of, looking for a new job in finance, in sales and marketing, or technology, HR, or supply chain, we're more than happy to assist you because we have dedicated consultants to help you for the specific role that you're actually eyeing to work on.
Oy, that's good news for us, ha? Okay, before we go, mabilis lang. Liam Abayan, good afternoon. Tita Jing, late a catch. Okay lang kahit late ka, Liam. Nasa Facebook at YouTube naman itong interview. Balikan mo. And guys, share nyo ito, ha? Kasi maraming binigay si Carla na mga tips, information na magagamit natin. Ayan. So makakatulong talaga po tayo. Lalo na ngayon, bayanihan, sabi nga ni Carla. So we really need to help each other. Mahirap yung naging buhay natin sa pandemic and we're still in the pandemic. So tulungan po tayo, tulungan. Okay, next, si Benjamin Sevilla. Game na game si Carla. For sure, her team is happy working with her. Si Judy Faye Mangila. Pa-notice po si Ting Arellano. Yan, si Ting nag-hi sa'yo. Carla, go! Yung ating showbiz high.
Hello, Ate Ting. Thank you for... Ate Ting is my cousin, actually. I'm so happy that you're actually tuned into this show.
Ayan. So si Rochelle Padilla, ang gandang news noon. Tita Jing, OFW ako and would like to work dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, Carla, go ahead. Invite everyone to Michael Page's website and any other contact information. If you are also active online personally, bigay mo lang yung information mo.
Yes, so I'm very keen to actually, speak to any client or any candidate who's actually looking for opportunities right now in the Philippines. As I've mentioned earlier, Michael Page, we are, a British-based multinational company. Where we want to actually network with so many professionals out there. If you need help, go through our website. The list of vacancies is actually on our website. We are also looking for, recruitment consultants. If you are keen to work with us, we have such a fantastic program in terms of if you want to actually learn more about the world of recruitment. We're here for you, and I'm very active on LinkedIn. You can just, send me a message if you have a question. I know 1 hour is not enough for today, but, if you just have any questions about the Bayanihan program, we're also very big on D&I, diversity and inclusion, in Michael Page. Next month, we're celebrating Pride Month. So interesting, I just want to give a special shout out to that. Career woman, I'm a mom myself. So if you have any questions about, having a career, but simultaneously being a mom, I'm big at that as well. So, and we have other consultants who can help you if you have any questions at all.
Uy, galing. Palakpakan naman natin si Carla. So, Carla, how about on social media? Active ka ba? Active bang Michael Page?
Yes, I have a consultant. We basically work together on our social media platforms. We have actually a show on Thursday because she will be giving a lot of tips when it comes to interviews, CV writing. Her name is Pink. So please ping me if you're keen to actually watch that. Yeah, she's hosting a webinar on Thursday at 12 o'clock.
Okay. So we hope to have more collabs with you. Carla, thank you for finding the time. And again, mga kapamilya, mga kasambuhay, please check out the Michael Page website and pati po yung kanilang social media accounts. Again, we're here to help our kapamilyas, our kasambuhays pivot themselves. Ngayon pong pandemya, we have to pivot ourselves. And kailangan magkaroon din po tayo ng ibang perspective, an international perspective especially about job vacancies. So thank you, Carla. Ingat!
Thank you as well. Thanks, Jing. Bye.
Yan. So abangan po ninyo sa atin pong column sa Philippine Star. We will write about this episode and para pwede po ninyong, we will put the link to the interview doon po sa ating page, doon po sa ating column para po yung mga hindi nakapanood, pwede po ninyong panoorin, pwede ninyong tignan. Again, guys, tutok lamang po sa social media accounts ko, Jing Castaneda. Mamaya, 3 o'clock, may teleradyo program po tayo sa Channel 2. Sa teleradyo, of course, napapanood din po yun sa TFC. Abangan po ninyo. But, before anything else, basahin muna natin ang ating winners para po sa ating Mother's Month celebration. Congratulations to Michelle Daria Salazar and Judy Ann Olazo. So pakihintay po yung message ng atin pong staff kung paano po ninyo matatanggap yung inyong gift certificates from the Montesa Medical Group. So thank you again, Dr. Ana Montesa. So thank you po sa inyong pagtutok again. Please follow my social media account. Subscribe po kayo sa YouTube channel ko, Jing Castaneda, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and of course yung atin pong ABS-CBN Kumu, Jing Castaneda po, or the FYE channel. Follow nyo lamang po. So tayo po ay patuloy na nagbibigay ng impormasyon na makatutulong sa ating mga pamilya. So importante po yung episode natin ngayon dahil very concrete yung tulong na maibibigay, trabaho na lahat po tayo ay nangangailangan. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Happy lunch! Kain na po! Bye!
Ang unang kailangan talaga is you have to learn how to admit.
Malaking problema ng Pilipino. They think that they need millions to start a business.
Nagbabazar lang po ako. Tapos, in-encourage ng mga customers, mga clients ko na mag-put up ng cafe. Sa awa po ng Diyos, we have 5 branches na po.